Castle boys and girls. Dr. Bucci coming at you with another Dr. Bucci Reads and STEM. I have a special guest for you. Not my niece Gianna, she's hard at work at home just like you guys are, but I have a special friend who is going to read and share a story with you today.
Hi, my friends at Lockley. My name is Miss Chalella. I am a reading and math tutor here at Lockley. Dr. Bucci invited me to read this story to you. The Three Little Pigs. This is a classic, but this story has a little bit of a different take. The characters in this story are Hamlet, Barnaby, and Wilbur, our three little pigs. Once upon a time, there lived three little pigs: Wilbur, Barnaby, and Hamlet. One day, when they were all grown up, they decided to leave home and build their very own houses. Before they left, their mother told them to remember two things: always work hard, no matter what, and never ever let a stranger into their home, especially not the big bad wolf. Each brother had a different idea of the perfect house, so they each decided to build their own home. They found a perfect clearing in the forest where they could all live side by side. Then they spent the rest of the afternoon gathering all the items they needed. Barnaby was the laziest brother. He wasn't interested in working very hard and just wanted to build his home the quickest and easiest way. He gathered straw from a nearby field and hastily put his house together in only one day. So, Barnaby was lazy. Hamlet was a bit more practical. He knew that straw was very weak. So instead of that, he gathered all sticks he could find in the forest and tied them together. His home was slightly sturdier than Barnaby and took him 2 days to build. Wilbur, the eldest brother, was the most dedicated to building his home. He gathered bricks and mortar and built walls and a chimney. He spent a full week building his brother's house. His brothers teased him for working so hard. "What a waste of time," they chided. "You could have finished a long time ago." But Wilbur liked his new home and knew it was the sturdiest one. When all the pigs were done building, they retreated to their homes. While Barnaby and Hamlet lazed around in the sunshine, Wilbur continued to work hard. He made himself some furniture and gathered food and supplies. Meanwhile, the three little pigs had no idea that the big bad wolf was spying on them. It was the very same wolf that their mother had warned them about. He wanted to eat the pigs for dinner. "I'll trick those silly pigs into letting me in, and then I'll eat them up," he said, as he licked his chops. The next morning, Barnaby heard a knock at his door. When he peered through the peephole, he saw the big bad wolf and his mother had wanted. He saw the big bad wolf that his mother had warned him about. "I'm not letting you in, Mr. Wolf, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," said the little pig sternly. The wolf had a very bad temper and didn't like to be refused. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," cried the angry wolf. And with one big breath, Barnaby's straw home collapsed. So it all fell down. The frightened pig scurried next door to his brother Hamlet's stick house. "The big bad wolf just blew my house down," Barnaby sobbed. "And he's chasing me." Hamlet hurried to make sure the door was locked securely. Just then, there was a rap on Hamlet's door. Little pig, let me come in," growled the wolf. "No, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," shrieked the pigs. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the wolf. And that's just what he did. The two brothers were scared. They ran to Wilbur's brick home as fast as they could. "Help!" they shouted. "The big bad wolf is coming." They told Wilbur that the wolf had blown their houses down. Then they heard a knock at the door. By the time they reached Wilbur's house, the wolf was very hungry. "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," the wolf yelled. The wolf hunted. He huffed and he puffed. Then he huffed and he puffed some more. But the brick house didn't budge. Furious, the wolf searched for another way into the house. He spotted the chimney up on the roof, and he had an idea. He decided to catch the pigs by surprise and drop in through the fireplace. He climbed the brick wall and made his way onto the roof. All the while, Wilbur could hear the wolf shuffling around on the rooftop. "He's trying to make his way in through the chimney," Wilbur predicted. "Don't worry, I have a plan." Wilbur lit a fire in the hearth. Soon, a great fire was blazing in the fireplace. "What good will a fire do at a time like this?" Barnaby said. Just then, the wolf fell down the chimney and right into the fire. "That's what you get for trying to sneak in through the chimney," said Wilbur. The wolf howled in pain and ran out the front door. The three little pigs squealed with delight and locked the door behind him. The wolf ran deep into the forest, his tail ablaze, and jumped in the lake. He may have been able to trick Hamlet and Barnaby, but if he thought he could outsmart clever Wilbur, he was sorely mistaken. Although they had laughed at their brother's brick house, Hamlet and Barnaby now understood how wise he was. "We're sorry we teased you about your brick house," Hamlet apologized. "Will you help us build our own brick houses?" asked Barnaby. "I'll help you as long as you promise to work hard," said Wilbur. Of course, his brothers replied. From that day forward, the three little pigs worked hard at everything they did and never heard from the big bad wolf again. They all lived happily ever after in their sturdy brick homes.
Wow. All right, thanks, Miss Chilala. Wasn't that a great version of the Three Little Pigs? I love the vocabulary. I love that the pigs have names. We're going to talk a little bit about something called empathy. You heard of sympathy is when, say, you fall off of your bike and get hurt, and, you know, mom, dad, brothers and sisters go, "Oh, you're so sorry. We're so sorry. You feel so bad for you. You got hurt." Empathy is understanding how other people feel and allowing yourself to feel empathy for them. For example, Barnaby, what was Barnaby, Miss Chilala? He was the lazy brother. Now, I can understand and empathize with that because sometimes I feel a little lazy when you get tired, when you're at work all day, when you're working hard at school, and sometimes you just feel a little lazy. I understand that, but we find out that Barnaby's laziness caused him to lose his house. So we go to the next brother, Hamlet. How can we describe Hamlet? How can we have empathy for Hamlet? And Hamlet was a little more what?
Practical.
It was practical. I can understand that. We like to be practical when you want something to work a certain way, so you're practical about it. Good thing to be, so we can empathize with that. And I'm going to say I'm a little bit lazy. I'm a little bit Barnaby. I'm a little bit Hamlet. What about Wilbur?
Wilbur was dedicated.
Dedicated. We can all empathize. We can understand that. He was dedicated. He was hardworking. And how did his two brothers feel about that?
They thought he was silly. They thought he worked too hard.
They thought silly, he worked too hard. All they wanted to do was rest and relax. But in the end, when it came time for them to face the big bad wolf, what happened? They had to rely on their dedicated brother Wilbur, and in the end, they realized that they got a little more empathy to him. I understand, Wilbur. I understand why you built your house this way. I understand why you work so hard. So these two brothers, Barnaby and Hamlet, earned a whole new respect and empathy for Wilbur. And in the end, Wilbur saved them all. All right? Now, what you're going to do is, in the first round of material pickup, you got a bag that kind of looked like this. You have scissors, you have a glue stick, there's a notebook in there. In your second round, you're going to get something called a STEM kit. And in this STEM kit, you're going to have straw and index cards. And index cards are note cards. They look like this. Maybe older brothers or sisters use index cards. We're using the smaller ones. You'll get 5 of those. You're going to have 3 playing cards, just like this. You can use them however you want, with the numbers showing. With the other side, you might get 3 different ones. Those are pretty fancy. And you're going to get some sticks. They might be thick sticks. They might be thin sticks. You can cut them. You can break them. You can use them however you want, along with 2 straws. You're going to at least use those materials to build a 4th little pig house. You're going to design your house. Then you're going to use the materials in the STEM kit bag. And you're going to use either glue, Play-Doh, a glue stick in order to stick your house together. But plan it first. That's what we want to do. We want to build a little prototype. Because when you have your house built, mine kind of looked like this on paper. I was going to use the sticks to make it a little sturdy on the side. Cards and index cards. Build it however you want. You're going to try and blow it down. So if it doesn't work after you build a prototype, you want to change it, and you want to make sure that you cannot blow it down. And you can use anything else for your house as long as you use what was in your STEM kit, okay? And how you're going to share that with us is, I'm going to give you a Flipgrid code in your teacher's Google Classroom. You're going to have 45 seconds to record a response. It's real simple to do. You click on the code, and you're going to see a little something that looks like this, record a response, and it'll be in red. All you do is click on that little circle, and you can start recording your response. Show us a picture of your house, or show us your actual house before it blew down, and then you click next, and you send, and it'll come to us, and we'll get a chance to look at your 4th little pig house. Okay, so have fun with it. If you need help, ask someone at home for help, and hopefully we'll check your houses out on Flipgrid. And we'll see you again. So until next time, for Miss Chilella.
Bye, guys.
And Dr. Bucci, be safe.